let's get into this whole not Kobe, Kevin Durant and the Warriors
Some
topics, man.
people feel some
I
people
mean, we
feel a
were
certain type
good
of way
until
about
you said
KD.
that. Yeah, you do, man. You can't
Easy.
even
He
get this
said
dude top
easily. He
two.
said no comparison. Kawhi
Kawhi
Leonard
Leonard is
over
Yeah,
KD.
it's not
Kawhi
about.
over Kawhi over
There's no
KD.
argument.
Kawhi,
Okay.
no argument, and I'm standing by that. Standing by that,
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
Standing by that. All right, guys, welcome everyone to another episode of the Warm Up. I'm here with the guys as per usual. It's me, old Chris Faithful. Shout out to the 49ers. Then we also have Waka Flocka in the building and Kurt Nificent. Is that? I guess, man. All right, man. Say what's up to the YouTube crowd, guys.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for another episode.
Hey, bruh, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank you for coming to the show.
Cool, cool,
Heineken,
cool.
sponsor us. Anybody, sponsor us. All right, let's
Anybody?
go.
Nah,
I don't want to
Anybody.
get fined. I don't know who that is. I ain't trying to get fined.
Cigarillo, where you guys at?
It's gonna be blurred out when he does the editing.
I know, right? They'd be like, bro, that's a copyright strike right there. So, but yeah, man, this is just a little show here where we talk about sports, black culture, and everything in between. And thank you for a little bit of the house cleaning. Yes, please subscribe. Follow us on the social medias, Instagram, Facebook. Well, not Facebook, but Twitter. We have Facebook coming though. And of course, like and subscribe, share, tell a friend and tell a friend. And if you like it, hit that thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down, but you gotta tell us why though. So yeah, let's get started, man. The first thing that we have up on the menu today is we gonna be talking about loyalty. Loyalty. Shout out to
Okay, Dot.
Kendrick. Right? Does loyalty matter? Right? NBA free agency, we see teams, trying to get the best talent. We see players trying to group up. Does loyalty matter, man? Does where you stand, what does loyalty stand in the grand scheme of players with respect to the teams, and also with respect to the fans? We do see Giannis here going into free agency. So should he stay in Milwaukee or should he go ahead and bounce, man, and look for greener pastures, man? So we'll start off with Kurt Nificent here. What do you think, man?
Hey, you know what? I like how you said loyalty, man. I think Giannis is loyal, man. He's loyal to that dollar, right? He's loyal to his future and his legacy in the league. I mean, think about it. Let's take a step back. He gave Milwaukee all the chances that they needed to build a championship team around him. Let me tell you, highlight one thing that they did, man. Y'all remember Brogdon? Remember that trade? Actually, I don't think it was a trade. They let him walk, right? Brogdon wanted X amount of money, and they couldn't do it. You know why they couldn't do it?
I don't. No, I don't. Tell me, please.
I'm going to school you, man. Because they gave the money to Bledsoe. I love Bledsoe. I think Bledsoe's from Bama. Good dude, right? But Bledsoe, he had some issues. He wasn't able to perform in the playoffs 2 years in a row. Brogdon was able to step up. Bledsoe, excellent defender. I think he's good for another type of team. But they gave the money to Bledsoe and they slept on Brogdon. I'm going to read these stats, man, real quick. Brogdon, 16.5, 7.1 assists, 32% from the deep. Bledsoe, 14.9, 5.4, 34 from deep. That's the season. Now, when it counts, as LeBron say in the playoffs, right? Playoff Rondo showed off. Playoff P, that's more like Bledsoe. So Brogdon stepped his game up, 21.5, 4.3 assists, 37 from deep, okay? Bledsoe went down, man. He trended down. 11.7, 5.9, 25% from three, man. I remember one of the other podcasts was talking about Bledsoe. He has performance anxiety. That's cool. People have issues. Everybody has to overcome that. But Giannis trusted Milwaukee to build a team. Bledsoe could have had a role, but maybe the role they gave him was too big, and they let go of a perfect number two for Giannis. Is Middleton the number two of a championship team?
He's the number two right now. Well, they're not a championship team, so maybe that gives us the answer that you just asked, bro.
Maybe it does.
But I will say, when Antetokounmpo went down, Chris was out there lining it up. That dude looked like he wasn't gonna miss.
Yeah.
That first game after.
But was that more of a Luka Doncic kind of light up, or more of a Matthew Dellavedova kind of light up for 1.5 games, and then he flames out?
That was more of a match.
It gotta give it better than Dellavedova. Dellavedova was like, that was really not. He's just out there tricking y'all, like to quote Westbrook. Chris, it showed that to me, not to get into was he this or that. It did show that maybe they weren't utilizing him the right way, or maybe he wasn't like stepping up the right way when Giannis was there. Because I feel like if he would have been as aggressive as he was when Giannis went down, that it would have been a different story in those first 2 games, because they still lost the first 2 games with Giannis on the floor.
But Waka, man, you mentioned it before. It's about how teams game plan for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Miami game plan for Giannis. Giannis went down. Middleton had a good game, man, because they didn't know how he was going to play as the number 1 option. Case in point, our boy Chris Faithful got a basket on me. We were going 1-on-1 because he did some weird, I'm about to trip up, shuffle my feet. I stepped back because I thought he was going to fall. And then he went up for like the shot, right?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What?
So I looked out for that again, man.
Did you just say?
You didn't do that?
Are you just lying?
Did you not? Did you not do that?
I got the point. I got the point. Yes.
Wow. This sounds like a very personal episode today, guys. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I do see him. I haven't played ball in a while, with COVID going on. But I will say that is definitely in Chris's bag. That is that.
I didn't know that, man. He pulled it out like Christmas. I didn't know that.
What did I do? What did I do?
Secret
again?
Santa.
What did I do again?
He just said you have you got a little in your toolkit. You're able to, be off balance, like regaining your balance, and then come and finish. Like your recovery game is strong.
But with no contact though.
So you say he like here like Daniel.
Oh man.
Just nobody around him, and then next thing you know, you be like, oh, I'm gonna let him go. He about to fall, and then all of a sudden he just like, got you.
Hey man, it's bad concrete on that basketball court.
So what you trying to say is I look like Marcus Smart with the flop, but then instead I end up finishing like LeBron. Like I'm so confused.
And your foot got stuck in the turf. That's what you said. Even though I was playing on concrete.
He was looking behind him, man.
So anyways, but I don't know why you brought me into the argument. But go ahead, continue.
I would say that like if for Miami to have gotten as far as they did, that I don't think they just planned for the number 1 option. They had plans for number 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think Chris was just. I saw the game. It didn't seem like he was just breaking their schemes or they didn't know how to handle them. He was making legit tough shots. That's why I didn't want to give him the Dellavedova. Dellavedova was doing like basic stuff. So Chris showed that he could make very difficult shots consistently if he needed to.
You saying he did basic stuff for 2 games? Because 2 games he bothered Curry. Waka Flocka said Dellavedova was doing basic stuff for like 2 games. But he was
getting a lot of just being, jockeying and just, neutralizing Curry, just like, and then the man ended up in the hospital. The man gave his life for us.
I think that's more than basic effort, bro. I think that's more than basic effort.
No, but I'm saying like, I understand that, but I'm saying in the scheme of things, like we expect you to defend your player. It's not like he was out here scoring 40 points. He played defense and did contribute a little bit on offense. I don't remember what his numbers are, but I don't think they were amazing. I don't think he was in double digits.
Okay. Giannis, again, 6th year in the league, was drafted 15th, first round. No one knew him. He
came from overseas.
He was skin and bones. He took time to work on himself, and he had the proper environment to be able to build himself to the point to where he's averaging 29 points a game now. 2nd time back-to-back MVP. leading like number one record in the East 2 years in a row.
Number one overall seed.
Number
not
one
just in the
overall
East.
seed. Again, you improving your range. You average 55 points. I'm sorry, 55% in field goals, and you have a cast that is available to you to spread the floor, kind of cater to your skill set as of right now. And you're not over the luxury tax. You have money. You have room to flex and like move, here and there. They can pick up a piece, drop off a piece, do some rearranging, and then make another run in it. You was just number one seed. The only reason you lost is because for some reason y'all forgot how to play against a zone. That's it. Like,
Nah, he got injured in game 3.
He did
but
get
they also
injured.
and it wasn't I don't know if it was per se the zone, but what other teams have done where they just build a wall in front of him, stop him early.
Boston.
Stop him
Not
early.
Boston. Was it
I
Boston?
understand the Great Wall of Giannis. I got it.
Yeah.
it.
No, it was
But-
Toronto that did that.
But what I'm saying is that, okay, that's fine. That's a personal challenge for Giannis to figure out how to overcome. You don't blow up a team when they are still effective more often than not. Like if this is their ceiling, like if they run it back one more time, they make a couple of tweaks. And if this is their ceiling, they can't get past the second round. Can't get past like the third round or make it to the finals. I would give it one more year. But I understand this is his contract. This was his contract year.
So what do you expect then to sign? Like
But
1 year
what
deal?
but what I'm saying, no. Well, you could do a 2-year deal. People are
He
taking
got a player option. I think he got a player
yeah,
option flat.
people are doing shorter term deals because it allows for them to have more flexibility. That's what LeBron did, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to.
LeBron could go anywhere and he get in the bag. Like Giannis also he's been proven to be MVP, but who knows what his next situation is gonna look like. If you ready to get that big max contract, I think he should be signing at least like a 3-4 year deal.
Hey, I mean, I hear you on that, but I want to go back to something Chris said. You said they can get one more piece, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Not Kyrie. Just don't get Kyrie.
No, please don't get Kyrie, man. Kyrie love you as a player, man. Amazing, but they don't need Kyrie.
He gonna show up. Hey man, we need more pieces. Like,
Yeah.
bro, you need a piece, man.
We got George Hill and hey, now here's my thing. Milwaukee's a small market team, yes. So we all know the tragedy of OKC. They had 3 MVPs on the team, and they got rid of Harden. And ever since then, they were trying to replace Harden, right? They had, I think, Kevin Martin, yeah, and they were trying to replace Harden, and they never could, and never got back to the finals. So Milwaukee, Brogdon, I think maybe could have been a legit number 2 with more grooming, or at least him and Middleton could have been co-number 2s. But here's my thing: who's gonna go to Milwaukee, bro? Like, look at all these other small market teams before them that weren't able to do it.
When you start to be productive for a team as a star player, as a rising player, people are going to find favor in you, right? We can go to many people. Kawhi, Toronto, out of Canada, wanted to give all these perks to Kawhi for him to stay. Yeah. Like that's the kind of loyalty that they're saying. Hey man, just stay with us. We'll take care of you. You never have to pay for anything in the city. Mm-hmm. There's a certain level of cachet that you have being a part of a organization and actually staying. Dame Lillard is one who gets like a lot of praise. Zach Randolph was one who got like a lot of praise in Memphis.
Did they get a championship?
Nope. Neither one.
Dirk Nowitzki got a championship in 2011. Stayed with the Mavs for the rest of his career. Did he ever get close to the championship again?
Nope.
I feel like once he got that one chip though, he was done. He was.
But
like,
he did get close. He did get close before.
Meaning like he didn't try as hard to get back. He didn't want
Dirk?
to run back like that. Dirk, yeah.
Dude, don't make me go to Basketball Reference and pull up his stats. Dirk was balling.
Look at. I don't think they made the playoffs the following season.
But it wasn't Dirk's fault. They gave away the whole team.
Bro, all right. Okay, yeah, look that up, man. Why you over here? Rocka Flocka, you got anything you want to add to that?
First of all, I got a lot to add. First of all, I feel like we stuck on this Giannis thing too much. I feel like this, like, I think that's the key example for right now. But I think in general, but I'm gonna touch on the Giannis first and then move to the in general. I think Giannis needs to do what's best for Giannis. If he feels like that's Milwaukee, cool. I'll respect it, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't stay in Milwaukee. I don't
Thank
see
you,
it.
Waka Flocka. That's why
Like,
we're on the left side of my
Oh
screen.
yeah,
Chris
we
on
tried this and we can try that and we can do this and we just like sometimes it just ain't meant to be. It ain't gonna work. Sometimes
You
you
gotta
just gotta
break
try
up.
something out.
It-
Like y'all want to wait until this man gotta retire to be like, oh, maybe you should try somewhere else. Nah, you MVP right now. You free agent right now.
Okay.
You
And
need to go do what you got to do to win right now.
you,
What I can't see what piece they can bring to make you compete. Did you see the Lakers this season?
so you saying he should
What
go
is
to LA
that?
then?
What is that team gonna do? That Milwaukee team gonna do to have an AD LeBron combination?
Dude, okay. Fair enough.
Like
I hear you. But
you basically just setting them up for failure.
But
Like
so what?
get
so,
out of there and you start using your network and you start trying to figure out where you could get a situation where it's you and some other talent that is championship ready.
So what you're saying
come on.
is, so what you're saying is, hey, you guys are not gonna get past LeBron. So might as well go ahead and get your money, get your brand out there. That's what you're trying to say.
I ain't even say get your money, get your brand. It go and get you in a situation that can make you a contender.
I like how Chris. Hey, Walker. I like how Chris said you can't get past LeBron, so we'll get your money. But they didn't even see LeBron this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they didn't get
They
past Jimmy
didn't see
Buckets.
LeBron, bro.
They didn't even make it that far, man.
All right, man.
They on the decline. Looks like.
So y'all basically saying, man, bump all this loyalty. Loyalty is not.
No.
I understand what you're
It's
saying. You
situational.
no.
It's
Waka
situational.
said, I hate no. Waka said, hey, do what's best for you. If you want to be embraced by the city, fine. If you want to go and find your own happiness, go and chase it. Is what he said.
I mean,
Right.
to some degree, it is about the city and the fans because that's what keeps the organization going for sure. Like you got to show respect to them. But even if you could love a city and be like, well, I love the city, I love what they gave for me, but this situation ain't gonna work for me. I don't think he should stay in that city just because the fans love him.
Okay, all right.
But
I think he has to. I think he has to believe, and you should, as a player, if you have greatness, aspirations, you should believe that your team has a good chance of winning. Even that Miami Heat team, as much as they were counted out, they were underdogs, whatever. They believed they had a shot at winning, and they played like it, and they advanced like it. I don't know about that damn Bucks team, bro.
Okay.
Look, I didn't that like after game 1, game 2 when they lost, I didn't see that. Oh yeah, that was just whatever. We gonna come back in it. And then when Giannis went down, I didn't see like outside of Chris Middleton putting the team on his back. I didn't see like people like, oh, okay, we're just gonna advance so our guy can come back and finish this.
Okay.
I think we put a lot of pressure on these players to be loyal. These organizations ain't loyal to them.
Look, DeMar DeRozan. Case closed.
Oh yeah,
He
oh
wanted
yeah.
to
You
stay in
gonna
Toronto.
you gonna be there? Oh, this next season gonna be lit. Next thing
You
know,
my man. You my boy. Yeah.
I'm going to
Holla.
San Antonio.
Holla.
I don't even know anybody out there. Like they will move y'all. Yeah, like they're like cattle. It's just like gone. Did all of a sudden Toronto was like, oh, we don't. The fans are like, oh, boo that. We don't mess with the organization no more. Nah, they were like, oh, we got Kawhi. We gonna win the championship. So all this loyalty taught, and when they just slide you out, everybody moves on and it just doesn't really discuss it anymore. Okay. So why do we want these players to be loyal? So
thank you, Walker.
To their detriment. For what?
Thank you, Walker. Chris still
for the
holding on
fans.
to grit and grind.
I ain't see one fan was like, damn, you know what? We won the championship, but shout out to DeRozan for giving us all he got all these last years. I didn't hear not one fan say it. I didn't see Drake out here doing all this shit.
He ain't wear no jersey. He ain't wear no DeRozan jersey anymore, man. Did he even go to the Spurs game?
He was out there watching LeBron games most of the time.
He Spurs game. He wasn't dapping it up with Pop. You know what? Hey, Walker, we talking to the wrong person, man. Look at his last name, man. Faithful.
It's
Faithful says it all.
To the day I die.
Is we done. Shout out to Not Unfaithful,
I'm a
man.
ride
Only
or
team
die.
I've ever been with, man. I'm just telling y'all. So, I ain't gonna be out here like,
Do you
oh,
get a
man.
ring?
Yeah, I got a ring.
When they win, do you
94.
got a ring?
94, I got a ring. Yeah.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah. So it's all good. And Kirk Nicholson, what you just said, go grab your money, go get the bag.
I agree with
Nah,
that.
go for the best situation for you, man. If you want a legacy, go with that joint, man. If you want the money, go for the money.
I feel like it's two handed though. I feel like you get the bag too. You gotta get paid.
All right, man.
Like, is he not gonna get paid? Should he just take a paycheck so y'all can hire or whatever? Nah.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends because Curry took a pay cut to get Durant on the team.
But how much of a pay cut?
I mean, he took a cut.
Everybody,
because he's loyal to the team.
But he gonna lose like 5, 10. No,
because he knew that they could get a ring. Wait, I think they already had one. They already had one.
Get out of here. And a lot of hold on. No. Is it?
He already had a ring.
They be tricking y'all. I'm gonna be quoting Westbrook all night. They be tricking y'all. Oh, LeBron, he took a pay cut. We talking about guys who are already getting like they contract and endorsements be taking pay cuts. Granted, yes, it's admirable, but like I'm sure that goes into the calculation. If I can win a championship, that's gonna make my brand bigger. Like
that's what I'm saying. It depends
it's not
on
all
what they
altruistic when they be taking these pay cuts.
No, I mean they want the ring. They want the ring.
Exactly.
But he can still get the money. Curry could have been like, nah, pay me my max.
They not Scottie Pippen out here on like $50,000 a year deals or something like that. They do lose some money, but they're not hurting financially.
Scottie Pippen, man, you just said 50 G's a year.
Man,
so
any last words on this, man? Y'all really dragging this one out.
We can talk about champions, man.
I would say my last words on the substance. Y'all stop trying to make these players feel pressure to be in situations that they could get shipped on a bus the next day out of, and everybody's just gonna move on. Like there's an accountability to the players and no accountability to these systems that
not
just
necessarily. You can, as a fan, you can boo a decision. Like if you
boo a decision, but you're gonna keep right back.
Yeah,
not necessarily, not all the time. That's not always.
Most of the time,
we assume that every fan that dislikes a decision that is made by organizations, except for the Knicks, because they should put them to the side because there's a special kind of like, hey man, you hurt me every year, and I'm just gonna ride with you. But like,
but they be mad. They boo when they got Porzingis. Porzingis ended up balling and being one of the better draft picks they had
because they didn't know New Yorkers like name brand. And they didn't hear about it, Kristaps. Yeah. So I get it, but they
booed the decision, but they still fans. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so that's my point, right? Like, except for the Knicks, put them aside because they're special.
It's not except it's like LA. Bro. Oh, y'all traded away Ingram and Ball, and LeBron not Kobe. He this, that, and the third. When he got that championship, they all in the same parade, bro. All them naysayers, all in the same parade. They popping the champagne. They got the Henny bottles over there with JR.
So you're telling me that no fan has ever just turned their back on the organization?
I'm sure there might be a fan or two, but I'm saying the
two?
The same way that the overwhelming majority will sit there and follow the player and be like, "Oh, y'all did this to my team. I hate you forever." The overwhelming majority does not do that when the organization does a player dirty. It's not even equal. It's not even anywhere close.
All right. Okay. You may have a point. I don't know.
You saw it with Toronto. If it was reversed and DeRozan was like, oh yeah, he did the Giannis and said, oh, I'm gonna be in the city for as long as they want me, and then next thing you know, he switched up and went to San Antonio. But it would have been a whole different conversation.
Hold on. But from an organizational standpoint, if you can upgrade a DeMar DeRozan for a Kawhi Leonard as an organization, why wouldn't you do that? To me,
loyalty.
No. But to me, yeah. So the organization is loyal. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that they're not loyal to the players. I get that. Like that's a valid argument to have. But as an organization, you're to me, you should be loyal to
your
fan base, right? So
your franchise.
So every fan wants to win a championship. Every fan wants to have like be on the top of the hill, kicking the hill, whatever. So like if you're telling me, so hold on, no, if you're telling
You're right
me,
and you're wrong though. You're right and you're wrong.
oh, okay, well that's fine. But if you telling me they're gonna trade, if Grizzlies told me one day that they're gonna trade Gasol, Zach Zebo, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley to get LeBron James, you think I'm gonna be mad? I'm not gonna be mad at that. Yeah, it sucks, but that's an offer on the table, and I know that that's an investment that you're trying to do to move into a direction where I'm like, okay, I can see what you guys trying to do. You have an opportunity, you capitalize on it. Now you want to build something off of that. I understand you. It's a short term dip for a long term drive to success. So I got that part. But now
I thought it was funny you said that though, just because as a side note, you wouldn't be mad, but if Miami or Cleveland or LA makes that same trade, y'all gonna be like, oh look, they over here building a super team.
No, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
Or the Warriors. Look at them buddying up. Look at them.
I wasn't mad. Hold on, I wasn't mad at Golden State, the organization, for making that move. But I did side eye Draymond Green and the rest of them. Was like, bro, y'all really feel like y'all want this guy to join? And I'm not even mad at that side as much as I'm more disappointed from Kevin Durant's side. But that's a personal.
But if you can make that franchise, and if you could be on a franchise that wins, so we think as a franchise. So now we get an interesting conversation. We think a franchise has every responsibility to get a championship, but a player doesn't.
No, so here's my thing. I think
not necessarily.
both are true. I think both are true.
No, but
he's like
his point is like, oh, how you gonna go to that team that's already a winning team to get your ring? Like we're saying, these franchises, if a franchise had an opportunity to add KD to the roster when they're already a great team,
do it.
They should not just could they do it. Chris is saying they should do it. That's their duty. That's the
Yes, you're
he's a fan
right.
base.
But he's saying on the other end of that, if you a player and you see that winning team and there's an opportunity for you to be there, you should be over here like, nah, I'm gonna hold my own.
Well, no, this is what I'm saying. Cause you just said that blanket statement. And there's context behind that. You can't claim to be the number one, like the best player in the world,
but you still can.
But
be
when did he say that?
When
did he say that?
He always said there was. If you go back and look at not nice campaign of Kevin Durant, it was predicated around him being a nice guy or whatever, and he was saying, man, I'm tired of being second. I was second in college. I didn't win the championship in college. I didn't win the championship. I haven't won any number one accolade or whatever as an NBA player. He was always behind LeBron James, and so he always wanted to become like the number one guy because he was number two at I think at the time. But this is before Kawhi. This is when Kawhi was still with the Spurs, but before the Tim Duncans and all of them kind of finally retired or got traded, and so it was KD number two, and so as number two, if you're trying to be number one, you can't go into someone else's I guess you can't go to a team where the cultural identity is based around the players. In this instance, Golden State Warriors, they already had that pedigree. They already won the championship.
He had a season MVP award.
Yeah, he did. He had one. I got you on that. But what I'm saying is that he still, even when he got that, he still wasn't considered the best player in the NBA. It's just like Giannis is not considered the best player in the NBA right now. It's still LeBron James.
Yeah.
I think his motives changed, man. I think he wanted the ring. I think he did want to be number one, but he thought that getting the ring would put him up there. And when he saw the Warriors come in, his team was up 3-1, and Clay went astronomical on him, right? And they lost. He's like, maybe I'm on the wrong side. And Westbrook I love Westbrook, but he's doing Westbrook type things, right? I think what happened was he thought, I could be number one by getting the ring. So he looked at his best option, that was Golden State. I think now, Chris, what you're saying is his number one priority. I want to prove I'm the number one player in the league. That's why he's going to
that's
Brooklyn,
why he left a
non-super team.
I feel like because the fans got in his ears and did that. I disagree that you can't go to the Golden State and still claim you're number one because he went over there and was the number one option on that already. Oh, you
But
have
it's
But it
you
was
have
still Steph's
Steph
team.
Curry.
Again,
You
it
got
was still
hold on,
Steph's
hold on.
team.
but he's still. You can say
Number
whatever
one.
you want about it being Steph's team. Who
No,
won
that's
the
what it
MVP?
was. That was
But
one of
I'm
the
saying,
reasons
but
why
who
he
won the
listed it.
MVP?
He wasn't part of the
So,
guys.
so okay, you could be the favorite player on the team, or that could be your team. There's a lot of teams that their best guy. You could say that's Udonis Haslam too. There's a lot of teams where the guy where it's their team is not necessarily the best player. I don't think Clippers was Kawhi's team. He doesn't seem like a locker room leader. There, you could be in a situation where you're not. That's not your team, and still be number one. KD was the best player on that team.
But you're missing his motive. KD wanted to be the number one guy on his own team. And he knew that Warriors was not
that was
his
in with
team.
Chris, but we're talking about the
Is that not
original
what you were?
statement. No, the original statement that Chris said is, "Oh, he was saying the not nice thing. He wants to be number one." I'm saying
But
he
you
went
can't
over there.
be number one with 4 All-Stars on the team who already won a championship. That's my.
But you could do it with 3 All-Stars on the team.
No, no.
Like,
like again, you're stripping the context out of it. And like I said, as long as you strip it down to like 4 All-Stars or 3 All-Stars, then yeah, you're always gonna have
You the
that
one
argument.
that just said 4. You
No,
were
I said-
the one that
no,
literally just
hold on,
you
hold on,
cannot be number one with 4 on
No,
the team. You literally just said that.
Because I assume that you understood the context behind it. But see, I got
What you
to.
mean?
If you want me to write
Break
it
it
out
down.
for you, I can write
Yes,
it down.
please.
I write it out for you. Number one, you as just back to what I was saying with the team, and it's not his team. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, and Andrew Bogut, Iguodala was already there, right? They had already established. Steve Kerr was already there. They have already established that there was a championship team because they already beat the team the first time, and then the second time when they lost, they were 73-9, right? So and that year was a unanimous. Steph Curry got the unanimous MVP, right? So you already have it. You have an MVP. You have 4 All-Stars on the team. You have Olympic medalists at this point because they've all played.
Not to mention the Finals MVP in Iguodala.
Iguodala was already a Finals MVP, and he's already a veteran and all that stuff, and they already had a system that worked. Okay, so now as Kevin Durant, if anyone came in short of LeBron, but even then, it was still, even if it was LeBron, it would have still been Steph Curry's team first, or if you don't even want to give it to Steph Curry, it would have been Draymond Green because of the fact that it was Draymond Green was the heart, Steph Curry was the engine, Klay Thompson was the even kill. Everyone had their position and their pedigree in that city. He could not. He would have never in Oakland, in San Francisco, San Jose, anywhere. He would have never been as
bigger than those guys.
He would never been bigger than those guys. And
they were drafted by.
But I understand that. But we're talking about, like, that's what I was getting to. It has nothing to do with, like, it does have something to do with talent, but it also has nothing to do with talent. That's their team. I understand what you're saying. That's their team, but that does not mean that you can't be the best player on the team just because it's not your team. That's all I was saying.
Okay, that's
all
fine.
I'm saying.
So then let me break it down from so I just did it from the identity of the team standpoint. Now we go down to the best player stats wise, or consistency or whatever, right? KD was the most skilled person on the team. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
His numbers, again, if you look at it, was backed by the fact that no one had to guard him. Anyone who had to guard him 1-on-1, or any team that had to scheme. They had to scheme to guard you 1-on-1. You could not.
They can double team. They can
you could
do
not
all
double
that.
off. Guess what? Every person, even Steph before then, every person has to do who claims to be a superstar. They had to worry about getting double teamed. James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin to some degree, Kevin Garnett. If you want to go all the way back down to that, Paul Pierce. All these people had to learn how to overcome that.
Yeah.
So you can't. So in that context, right? When you're on a team with people who are also in their prime, and a team and a system that actually has been proven to work, you a plug and play guy at that point. And so they'll run plays for you. They'll tell you, hey man, stop worried about being, go and win the game because we bought you here so you can win. They believed in KD. I get you on that, but at the end of the day, the context of it is, yes, he was the best player on the team, full of best players. Like,
But I'm saying that like I understand that you're saying that takes like in some type of way, like in a like kind of a purely just how you feel about it thing, like it takes away from it. But if for some reason LeBron ended up on that team, LeBron is still LeBron. Like you could still be the best player on a team of best players. I
yes,
understand that the load is lighter, but I'm saying he was still the best player.
yes.
That's
I
all
think I
I'm
think
saying.
what we're missing is what KD wanted, right? Like
Is that
Walker,
what he wanted to
you're
be?
right.
Because he was in that
Because
situation.
when yeah, but
So I
he
think he
also
wanted to
wanted to.
change it up. He didn't do a long-term deal. He wanted
No,
to
what
change
he
it up.
wanted to do was play with a team,
Yeah,
right?
and
He
he
wanted to
did
play with
that.
that team concept ball. He saw how Golden State was moving the ball around.
Yeah,
Everybody had a piece of it. He wanted
exactly.
that. Even when he went to Golden State, he said he didn't want to be the man. He wanted to be part of a team
He'd
and
be
win.
one of the guys.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So I
And he
think
did that.
that was his motivation then, right? He wanted to be part of the team. But now, after he got the ring, it didn't bring him the satisfaction that he thought it would. He got the second ring, still felt empty. Fans are still saying, yo, this is Curry's team. It's the original cast, blah, 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 blah. And we all know KD, as talented, as great as the dude is,
Yeah.
he has a soft spot for what people think about him,
And
right?
but
So,
that's been the case. But hold on, we saying all this. Oh, he should have stayed in
yeah.
KD. All da da da. He was getting the flack since OKC. So like, what y'all want? Like
No
he wanted
one,
to switch it up. He switched it up. So I'm just
nobody
saying.
ever.
But I'm
I
saying
think
That's
he
not the
was
people
argument,
like
though.
he was
KD.
he was definitely catching flack in
Yeah, he
OKC.
was, but that's not the argument.
What you
What I'm
mean?
saying is his priorities changed. He wanted to be part of a team concept with ball movement. He
Yeah.
wanted to elevate his game.
He
So he
did.
left the isolation ball in OKC and went to the motion
Team ball.
offense in
Yeah.
the Warriors, right? Won a ring. It didn't give him what he wanted. So now he's like, I got the skills from the Warriors. Now I want to apply it and build my own team. That's why he's in
Mhm.
Brooklyn. So
Yeah.
his motivations, his desires changed
And that's
from
fine
team to
for a
team.
player. Look, that's
Yeah.
why I say you should do as you want as a player. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, that takes away from your like this or that and the third," because he was still a great player. He was still in the. You could still put him in the conversation of great players,
He
of
is.
top
Yeah.
number one
No doubt.
players. You can make the argument with him on the Warriors, on the OKC, and we'll see in Brooklyn Nets coming off of the Achilles. But I suspect still you could still have him in that conversation. That's all
Pre
I'm saying.
Achilles, he's like one of the two best players in the NBA. It's him and LeBron.
That's
I disagree on that one, but
What?
that's different.
that
Who
and
would
that's
you
my
put up
point.
there?
Like, oh, you
Yo.
go like and not saying you, but to a perception, a lot of people, oh, he went to the Warriors, he can't be in a conversation. I'm saying that's just
That's
like
whack.
that's a
That's
silly
whack.
that's a silly conversation. That's just
Yeah.
like a silly that's a mental thing for you that you feel like, oh, he didn't do it the way I would have liked him to do it. I'm just saying
It's not about what I would have liked him to do. It's the fact that this is the precedent that's been set. I'm not
precedent. Now
never,
we're getting into some like Jordan's the GOAT, nobody could touch his stuff.
no.
Like,
It's not even about
it's
Jordan
this,
being the GOAT thing.
but it's like these is unwritten rules type of thing. I'm just saying on a pure talent and what he was able to achieve, whether it was even if you erased Golden State, he is one of the best players.
One of the two.
this is
Like,
he's not one of the two. This is the reason
who
why
would you put above him?
I would definitely put Kawhi above him at this point in juncture.
At this
At
point,
this point in juncture, yes, I will still put Kawhi over.
Why?
KD.
What
KD didn't even
about
make the playoffs,
Kawhi's
guys. So
skill
let's
set?
like we can't even talk. We can't even compare this.
No, we're
season.
talking about
Kate, no, hold on. Time out.
Pre-Achilles. I just want to know this. What about Kawhi's skill set? What about Kawhi makes you put him above KD?
First of all, he's a better two-way defender. He's a better wing defender than KD. Secondly, yeah, he doesn't score as well, like as pure as KD does, but he's still an effective scorer. He knows when to score, and he knows when to delegate. He's actually taken a team to the finals. I agree. He probably would not have won if Golden State wasn't injured. I'm not saying that. But but we sure say that when Golden State fans who wanted to talk about the first championship they won, they don't bring up the whole injury of Kyrie and Kevin Love. So
They
I'm
do.
just saying
That was part of the whole narrative. They just put an
people
asterisk next to it.
No, people who are for them celebrating that championship, they omit that. The people who are against it will be like, oh man, add that context, add that in there. So I added in there with Kawhi.
I take it away either way. I think when they lost, when they lost the two players, like that's the game, bro. They won. Raptors won. Raptors won, Warriors won. It
Here's
is
the
what it
thing,
is.
here's the-
Are we? Because right now, like maybe today, tomorrow, a year from now, are we going to be saying, "Oh, but that Miami Heat team didn't have Dragic or a healthy Adebayo"? No,
Actually,
they're going to be.
I would say that.
You will,
Those
but
things
the
make
majority of fans, not just Heat fans, not
Okay.
just Lakers fans, the majority of fans are going to be like, "Oh, LeBron got another ring, blah blah blah," and then move with it. It's not going to be.
There's
It's
a
not going to be
slight
an asterisk
difference.
that every time you bring up that year that you're going to be like, "Oh, but Bam and Dragic though." It's not.
There's a slight difference
It's
between
not the
those two
case.
examples, man. Like the Cavaliers, 2 great players they lost. Miami, 2 good players they lost, right?
Yeah.
Toronto was going up against a dynasty, man. Like a lot of analysts said, Chris, you can smack your lips all you want, man. A lot of people that get paid to analyze this game said that Golden State was probably one of the greatest offensive teams ever assembled. We just sit here and talked about they had 4 All-Stars on one team, man. You couldn't double. Right? Then they all got injured. I think that's the narrative that we're missing with the Toronto victory. Granted, when Golden State first came, there were nobodies. Cleveland, that was their first time second time getting the championship, right? First time with that new team. And Miami is their first time with this team. So
but
I think that's the difference.
Where I was gonna stop y'all before, but I'll let you finish. Is you said all that about Kawhi. Congratulations, Kawhi Leonard, whatever. But OKC made it to the finals with just Kevin Durant, Westbrook, and Harden coming off the bench. Where did this Clippers team with Kawhi Leonard, NBA championship Kawhi Leonard, Paul George,
Lou
Williams, and the rest of the cast, where did that team go? So how you could sit here and just so easily Kawhi over Kevin Durant is just crazy to me. It's a conversation, sure, but to be like, flat out, and it goes back to that same point when I say that's such flawed logic for you to be like, you went to the Warriors. Can't be. It's just like you can't separate the two. You could still be the number one player on a team of number one players. It's possible.
Good point.
That's cool then. All right then, let's go ahead and wrap this up there, man. That was good conversation, man. We always talk about we always get into this whole Kevin Durant and the Warriors topic.
Some people
man.
feel. Some
I
people.
mean,
feel
we were good
certain type of way
until you
about
said
KD.
that. Yeah, you do.
Easy. He said easily. He said no comparison. Kawhi Leonard over KD.
Yeah, Kawhi over.
There's no
KD.
argument.
Kawhi,
Okay.
no argument, and I'm standing by that. Standing by that, guys.
Okay.
Standing by that. We should wrap it up here, though, man. Anything y'all want to say as we sign off?
Hey man, thanks for joining us. Oh, my bad.
Waka. No, Waka. Go ahead. No,
Thank you everybody for joining us. You know, we get a little spirited sometimes because it means so much to us. We love this game of basketball. So if you love us, please like and subscribe and comment. And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Oh man, cool. Kurt Niffick Kent.
I got nothing, man. It was a great show.
Okay, man. You like
He's just here so he can't get fined.
I'm sitting here watching this show with the fans, man.
This is the best. This is the best non-answer I ever heard.
Cool. And like I said, I'm your old faithful here, man. I'm gonna continue to be loyal to my teams, continue to be loyal to the sport. I would not let people trample over our traditions, and I will continue to hold it down, man. So again, like and subscribe if you guys haven't. If you enjoyed it, thank you for making it this far. And yeah, man, like and subscribe, comment, all that stuff. So until next time, guys, out. Later.
Peace.
Bro, I couldn't even talk.